All right, changing the subject of the formula, example 11. Very similar to what we've done, except question A, we're making A the subject of the formula. And then question B, we're actually going to use that to solve an equation. So let's get going. We've got c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So I'll just start question A up here. Ignore the fact that it says solution there. So c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Remember, we want A as our subject. So in this particular case, I'm going to subtract, change colours again. I'm going to subtract b squared from both sides. And that will give me c squared minus b squared equals a squared, because those cancel each other out. Now, the next thing we have to do, and I did mention that when you add something, I don't know why I moved all the way over there. When you add something, the inverse operation is subtraction. When you multiply something, the inverse operation is division. When you square something, the inverse operation is square root. So we have a squared at the moment, so we need to do the inverse operation. So I'm just going to put a little square root symbol down there, and I'm going to put a little square root symbol. That's terrible. I'm going to put a little square root symbol down there. But remember, we're doing the whole thing. So when we write this down, we're going to have that square root cancel that square. So we're going to be left with a, and then we've got the square root of that whole side. So c squared minus b squared. So that's part A done. We have made A the subject. Everyone's happy. Now, like I said, we could write that as A equals. It doesn't matter which side that it's on. It doesn't matter which side it's on, as long as it's got equals A is the subject of it. So part B, we're going to do now. Part B, the formula we now have is A equals square root of c squared minus b squared. And then we're going to write down what we know. Well, they've given us that c equals 7 and b equals 5. So c equals 7 and b equals 5. So we're going to substitute that in. We've got the square root still, and we've got 7 squared, and then minus 5 squared. Now, if you want, you could chuck that into a calculator straight away. Bring it up. If it'd work. Apparently it's not going to for me. There we go. So you can chuck that straight into a calculator. Square root of 7 squared minus 5 squared. And that will give you 4.898979. That's cool. So let's go with that. 4.898979 ... because it's a calculator, it goes on forever. I'll just bring my A down so we know we're doing A. And then it wants us to do it to one decimal place. So we have a look. The one next to it is the 9. So that means that's going to round it up. We're going to have 4.9. And our unit in this particular case, they didn't actually give us a unit. They didn't say it was centimeters or anything like that. So we will leave it like that. A equals 4.9. So all we've done, we've rearranged as per usual. A little bit different because you have the square root. But apart from that, it's all the same. Then we just used that to substitute it in, and that way we didn't have to rearrange it once we were doing it. Now, the only thing I'll say is that is not equals. It should be a almost equal to, or approximately equal to. Sorry, that's my bad. And we're done.